Okay, we have Paul Blair in studio. I'm gonna go in there and check it out. He's sitting in with Bob Haynie. Get this for folks, WNST.
Hey, are you supposed to film me drinking in studio? Kind of against company policy.
I'll edit it out.
Sports Talk 1570 WNST, Bob Haynie Show, brought to you by Bud Light. What's happening, everybody, on this Wednesday, Baltimore, Maryland? We'll get back to the Ravens here in a little bit with Casey Willett, Ravens Report. Next hour, we have the Maryland football coaches report, the debut. Brian Bossert, wide receiver coach for the Maryland Terps. He'll be joining us. Maryland and Villanova get the college football season kicked off Saturday down at Byrd Stadium. Towson begins their season, of course, tomorrow against Central Connecticut State. But joining me now in studio, 8-time Gold Glove winner, 4-time World Series champion, Oriole Hall of Famer, number 6, the only number 6, with all due respect to Melvin Mora, the great Paul Blair. Paul, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Appreciate you joining us here in studio. And the Orioles are struggling right now.
Yes.
And they've been struggling for the better part of a decade.
10 years.
It's hard to believe, but since 1997, we're looking at 10 straight losing years. And the managers change, the players change, the results remain the same. And as you look for reasons as to why they've been less than mediocre, is it bad luck? Baseball gods saying, hey, you were good for 25 years, now it's your time to stink for a little while. And what has happened to Oriole baseball?
I don't know exactly what has happened, but the thing that I look at is how can you be that good for so long and then all of a sudden lose what you were doing for all those years? The thing that they don't seem to be doing is preparing guys in the minor leagues to get to the big leagues and able to be able to play Major League Baseball. We're not learning anything in the minor leagues. We're trying to learn up in the big leagues, and then it's too late.
What about basic fundamentals? And you may be a first-round pick or whatever, highly regarded coming out of high school or college. You know, what do you have? Can you tell? You were a former coach yourself. Obviously, you're a longtime Major League player. Can you tell just instinctively if a player has it, whatever it may be?
Well, you can look at a guy and see that he has potential. Now, whether he develops that potential, that's the big thing. And this is what we're not doing with the guys that we're signing in the minor leagues. We're not developing them. Now, when they get to the big leagues, they can swing the bat, but they don't play baseball as a team and winning type baseball. And this is our problem here in the baseball. It's me, I up here instead of the Baltimore Orioles as a team come first. Until we get that attitude out of our heads, that it's me, I, we're going to continue to lose.
Well, the Orioles don't even like to refer to themselves as the Baltimore Orioles anymore, but I guess that's another subject for another day. But during the heyday, the Oriole Way period of baseball, you could bring up a player. We were talking about it earlier with the 76 Orioles. You know, you had left, Reggie had left, Bobby Grich had left, Wayne Garland had left. And the Orioles had people down on the farm, Eddie Murray, you bring up a Flanagan, you trade for McGregor, you have a Dennis. You could just, Dennis Martinez, Rich Dower, you bring them up, and they're ready to perform. And they seem like proven major leaguers, from the minute they walk onto the diamond here.
Well, back in, as you want to say, my era, when you came through the minor leagues, whether you were at A-ball, AA, AAA, you were taught how to play baseball the same way at every level. If you left A-ball and went to AA, you were taught the same thing you were taught in A-ball. They would just reinforce it and keep reinforcing it as you go up and down the ladder. That doesn't happen anymore. Now you got guys in the minor leagues that are coaches and managers down there that they don't teach one way. It's go to A-ball, they teach one way. Or this manager's going to try to teach how to do this. You go to AA, another's going to try to do this. Everybody's trying to make a name for themselves, obviously, to try to get to the big leagues, rather than developing ball players. To me, if you're in the minor leagues and you're the manager and you develop guys and you send them to the big leagues and they turn out to be proven major leaguers, then that's showing that you're doing your job in the minor leagues. That doesn't happen anymore. Now we get guys come to the big leagues and not fundamentally sound. All they can do is swing the bats. Our outfield play is absolutely terrible. I mean, they don't know how to play hitters. I mean, they don't play as a unit out there. That's why there's so many doubles and triples out there, because they don't play hitters. Till we learn to play hitters as a group in the outfield, it's going to be too many balls drop out there. And when all those balls drop out there, how's the pitching going to be any good? Now a pitcher gets on the mound, instead of saying, listen, just make the guy hit the ball, we will catch it. Now he's got to say to himself, I got to make the perfect pitch, strike these guys out, because I don't trust my fielders out there. A pitcher cannot go out there with that kind of mentality.
I was raised